Here we are right here at ringside, and in the ring right now, a couple of new faces, Tim Dixon and Brian Starr. They are set to go against Brian Lee, primetime Brian Lee, and Don Harris, who should be headed this way just any time.
Dave, a little bit of background on Tim Dixon and Brian Starr out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and come here highly regarded. But they'll have a stern test today. Lee and Harris have made one heck of a tag team.
Well, here they come with a little assistance on their way up to the ring.
What do you think? Who looks better, me or the girl? Huh? I'm just about as good looking, don't you think?
No, I don't. There's no contest, Brian Lee. Who looks best? The young lady by far looks much better than you do. But climb on into the ring there. Let's get this tag team action underway. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun's going to be the referee. Some brief instructions to both teams. They've heard it all before. Let's see if Brian Lee and Don Harris pay attention to it. And here we go. One at a time, please, the referee says to start. They both started over to the corner there.
Sort of hard keeping your eye on the ring with the distractions outside the ring, Dave.
That's true. Yeah, their valet has left the ring area. Now it's just Don Harris in there right now. Well, I tell you what, Tim Dixon and Brian Starr have their work cut out for them. These are not only a couple of tough veteran wrestlers, they are big. They don't carry an overabundance of weight, if you know what I mean, but they are tall and they are solidly built. Talking about Brian Lee and Don Harris.
Well proportioned, and their speed in the ring, the agility and speed of the ring of this tag team is very, very strong.
It's the kind of tag team that you can see as world champions. What we don't like to see is some of the tactics they're using. For instance, there's no reason for Brian Lee to pound it back in the corner. There's a boot to the face coming off of there. It's the bottom of the boot, and it's, believe it or not illegal.
Brian and Don will resort to just about anything it takes to win a match, and they like to take care of business quickly. I mean, they go right to work.
That's true, and it's unfortunate they'll resort to anything because, as we say, they could win a match. They're a talented team, but well, we'll see what happens as things go along here. So far, the team from Indianapolis has had a long day, and they've only been wrestling about a minute or so.
Tag made in the corner. We'll see Brian Starr this time enter the ring, and boy, oh boy, that's not a very auspicious way to enter the ring.
Boy, you're absolutely right. Mr. Starr, welcome to Championship Wrestling, but what a tough way to come in here. Head into the turnbuckle, he bounces out of the corner, and right there, Mr. Harris picks him up. Whoa, throws him through the ropes down onto the floor.
Now we see the double teaming coming into being. Right here, Brian Lee dropping down to the floor. Look at that. Body slammed him right on the floor.
Brian Lee working on him unnecessarily outside while Don Harris was keeping the referee distracted across the way. Starr rolled back into the ring. Don Harris grabs him off the ropes with a clothesline. You know, that was half a clothesline and half a choke. He held on for a long time there. Didn't just pop him and let go. He almost rode down to the mat with him with that clothesline.
Starr's out on his feet. I mean, they are just no match for the team of Brian Lee and Don Harris.
This size is something else, and as you mentioned, the speed, you put them together, you've got yourself a tough tag team. There's a power slam. Not the best power slam I ever saw, but it didn't matter because it was effective, and that's the bottom line. Look at this, coming off the top rope. Brian Lee drops down on him. There's a cover, count of 1, 2, and it's over.
He got him. Brian Lee almost was in the lights that time coming off the top rope. So.
You're right. Off that top rope, and with the height he has, he just barely missed a couple of the lights up there. The time on it, 2 minutes, 23 seconds, and as you mentioned, they don't like to waste a lot of time. They just come in and take care of business. Oh, look at this. Brian Lee over to insult the Snowman. I don't know exactly what's being said. Can't hear from him. A little shove-it match. Referee in between. Well, got a security guard in the neighborhood. You might want to keep him there.
Oh,
and yeah, let's see.
Out here to separate this.
Brian Lee and the Snowman. Kind of continuing an earlier disagreement. And now Jerry Calhoun, the referee, is trying to step in between them. He's in between 3 of them. All right, here comes some more help. Mr. Coffey, Mr. Guy Coffey out with additional security, and we need to get that broken up. We don't need that going on here.
Dave, that's right there in the crowd. That could be very dangerous.
Yeah, we don't want that anywhere around the crowd over there at all. It's time, place for that's in the ring. Brian Lee picking up the referee. Snowman trying to fight past the security guard, too. And, yeah, hang on to Snowman.
Snowman's got a short fuse, Dave.
Yeah, well...
And I don't blame him in this case.
Especially with what's been going on with Brian Lee, too. And there's a challenge by Brian Lee. Snowman didn't back up an inch. I don't think we'll see him back up an inch. There he is, escorted back to his seat. You know, he sits in the audience over here before his scheduled match or interview of the day. And he does have a match schedule coming up, as a matter of fact. And why don't we...
He likes to be called a people's champion, and he sits with the people.
He sits with the people. We'll take a break. We'll be back, and we'll have that match with Snowman when we return.